Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is April and this is All the Things. And today, in honor of 4th of July, I'm going to teach you how to make coasters, little 4th of July coasters. They're so cute. I made a big one and I made some smaller ones. Anyway, we are going to be using, FYI, Red Heart Super Scrubby Smoothie in this lovely red, white, and blue. So, okay, get ready, get your crochet hook. I'm using a 4.5 millimeter, by the way, and this is a worsted weight yarn. So, and it's cotton because you definitely want cotton for a coaster. We don't want any acrylic because it doesn't absorb anything at all. So definitely make sure you have some cotton yarn and a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, and let's get to it. Okay, so in order to make these coasters, we are going to use this Red Heart Scrubby Smoothie. It is 100% cotton. They suggest it for, like making dishcloths and that kind of thing. But 100% cotton, my friends, is rather absorbent. And so that's why I'm using it for these coasters. And it's 4th of July, right? So, I had this and I was like, oh, I'll just make some quick little coasters. And so that's what we're going to do. So, if you watched my beginning crochet tutorial, I like to put a little knot in the end of my yarn so it doesn't get all wonkadooey. And you know what wonkadooey is? That means frayed. For those of you who don't know what wonkadooey means, that's what it means for me. Anyway, I'm going to be using a much smaller hook than I did in my other tutorials. This is a 4.5 millimeter. But for a coaster, you actually want it to be, the stitches to be fairly tight. So we are simply going to start off by chaining 15. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, look at that, 15. And how do we know how many we have? Because we can count our V stitches, our little V's, and those always tell us how many we have, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So just count the V's. Oops, sorry. Count the V's and you will really stop knocking the thing here, Miss April. So anyway, we have 15 stitches and we are going to go into the second chain from the hook. So not the one that's on the hook right now, right? We don't count that loop. We're going to go 1, 2. And we are just going to do single crochet all the way down the line. Now, part of the reason that I like making coasters is because you can make coasters like literally for every holiday. Like you could make them, because you want Tuesday coasters. It doesn't matter. And millions of different colors in cotton yarn. And they're great gifts for, like if somebody has a housewarming and you get them, I don't know, say some glasses and a bottle of some kind of alcohol or whatever, right, that they're going to use as a mixer. You don't really need coasters for wine glasses, but I guess you could. But anyway, so, you get them a nice bottle of something that they're going to mix with their tonic and, with ice, right? Glasses sweat. And so these are so great because they absorb so much. I made myself a couple of these when I was in Okinawa, Japan, and everything sweats there because it's just hot. It's hot. So I made a bunch of these and I had them all around my hotel room. Because that's where I lived when I was there, in a hotel room. Yeah, it sounds great. It's not that much fun, just saying. So we have come to our last stitch of our 15, and so we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And here we have our red, white, and blue. It's so cute. Okay, so all we are going to do now, and I told y'all this was going to be easy, into the first stitch, and we are going to do the single crochet again. And I will leave these instructions down in the description box. It's so simple. Literally, this is the entire pattern. It is single crochets back and forth for 15 rounds. So let me just show you. I just started this. Whoops, looky there. I'm trying to make like a half double or something. Getting a little bit wonky, getting a little cray. So that is how we do it. Just back and forth single crochet for 15 rows. And what you will get is this little guy. Look how sweet he is. And so I did not tie it off because you could totally just use this. Here, let me get my Yeti. Boom, shakalaka. It's a coaster, right? And it's a little turned up right now, but that's fine. So it would be fine. My daughter's enlisting in the Army. Woo, go Army. Anyway, you don't have to leave it like this though. If you want it to be a little bit fancier, all you have to do is add an edge. And so I have a couple different edges that I did here. Like this one is a much bigger coaster. This actually you could probably use as a pot holder. Ooh, good thing for me to say. If you are using yarn to make a pot holder or anything, please make sure it's at least 85% cotton. 100% cotton is great, but it has to be at least 85% cotton or your pot holders will melt because, you know, acrylic is plastic. So yeah, just an important little tidbit. So anyway, this one is quite a large coaster. And this, I just put an edge of single crochets around it. So I just went all the way around. This one, I did little half double crochets, which I think makes it look super sweet. And this one, I don't even know what's going on with this one. This one's super loose. This was a single crochet as well. And I used a bigger hook, so you can see why the difference in a small hook using a 4.5 as compared to this one. I probably used like a 6 or something. It's still gonna work, but there's just more space. You can see the holes. So anyway, totally up to you. But if you do want to do a border, this is all you have to do is let's do half double crochet. So I chained one when I got to the end, because even if I was going to tie off now, I would just pull my yarn through and tie it off and then weave in the ends. But if we want to go around and do a half double crochet, you just chain 2. Remember, yarn over because it's a half double, and in the corner, this is the only, I don't even want to say tricky part, but in the corners you have to put in, you don't have to, but it makes it nicer, you put in 3 stitches in the same spot, and it just makes it lay better. So I put 3 half double crochets in my corner, and now I'm just going to move around. And there's no like perfect way to do this. It's just sort of where you feel like there is a space to get a stitch in. Like, see, there's 2 spaces right there. 1, 2. So we're gonna just go in. Oops, it helps if we yarn over first. Go in, yarn over, half double crochet. And I'm gonna go all the way down doing this so you can see what happens when we get to a corner, because we're almost there. Oh, see this yarn, that's another thing about cotton yarn like this. cotton yarn that you would use for home products like dishcloths and coasters and stuff, it tends to get a little splitty sometimes, so you just have to make sure that, where am I going? I already went in there, so we're going here. Just make sure you're getting all of your threads on, see? Oh, there you go, on your hook. So, okay, I've made it to the corner, and I'm going to put 3 half double crochets in the corner. So there's 1, and I'm just hiding my tail in a little bit as I go down, 2, and 3. So you see how it makes that, this is a little bit easier to see on this one, it makes just a nice rounded edge. And then you yarn over, and there you go. And you can start your next, oops, just dropped my yarn, start your next edge. And that, my friends, is that. Not hard, huh? And so you just keep going around, and when you get to the end, you tie off. And I'm gonna tie this off, just hang on one second. I need to grab some scissors, and I'm gonna show you how to tie off, okay? Just a sec, I'll be back in a YouTube moment. Okay, so I have gone almost all the way around. I just have this last top row to finish. And then I'm gonna just show you real quickly how to tie off your project. Since this is for beginners, I want you to know what to do because it's important, right? So just going through, making my half double crochets all along the top. And again, with this, I mean, okay, so this row, because it was our ending row, is pretty easy to tell where your stitch is gonna go. On the sides, like I said before, just, it's okay to guesstimate. You just want it to be as even as possible. You know, so your coaster, whoops, so your coaster doesn't bunch up or anything like that. Okay, so here we are at the end, 1 stitch there. And so we already did our corner. So what we're gonna do is just go in to this top stitch, and that was where we chained 2. So we're just gonna go into that top stitch and slip stitch it into, slip stitch it to our other stitch. Let me just show you that again. So it's not a full, we're not doing like a, okay, yarn, you're driving me crazy. We're not doing a single crochet or anything like that. We're just going into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then pull right through that last stitch. And then you do 1 more, pull it up, cut, and you can just pull through. So you get a nice knot, push it down, and then you're ready to just weave that end in the back. Just weave it. I'll make a video on that if y'all would like. So anyway, that is how you make a 4th of July coaster. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to have lots of other tutorials coming up, lots more yarn chattiness, and yeah, so give me a subscribe and a thumbs up. It'd be super cool if you give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you have an amazing, blessed day and a super safe 4th of July. Bye.